Thank you, Representative Shanley. I'm here to support H.R. 5385. Up until 1913, the American people had direct veto power against the spending policies of the U.S. government, because in order to borrow money, the government had to go to the people. They had to sell us bonds. If you didn't want to go to war or support a federal port project, you didn't buy the bonds. It was a simple system where Americans had economic veto power. It's also why government managed to stay small. The government didn't have an unlimited credit line to go on shopping sprees and make us pay for it. You just didn't buy the bonds. Then in 1913, the Federal Reserve Act created an unlimited credit line for the US government to borrow directly from the Federal Reserve Bank and obligated us to pay it back, completely bypassing what was our veto power. They no longer needed to come to us directly to fund something. Ever since, Congress has had no desire to rein in their wasteful spending habits. Now, 112 years later, we are $36 trillion in debt. Congress created this fiscal time bomb, which will grow with each passing year. Congress is now in need of fiscal restraints. Congress needs to reform its fiscal policies, and we need to demand long-term solutions. Sadly, Congress doesn't have the will to change any of this. Fortunately, the writers of the Constitution had the foresight to provide a solution if we ever came to a time when Congress became ineffective, unresponsive, and refused to act in our best interest. A $36 trillion debt is not in our or future generations' best interests. The solution is Article 5. How is Article 5 the solution and the path forward? Article 5 provides two ways to propose a constitutional amendment. It gives the authority to Congress and to the states. Many of the framers were state legislators, and they understood that states needed a check against an out-of-control, overreaching, and overspending Congress. The framers made you, the state legislators, our protectors. You can control the entire process. Article 5 enables you to reclaim the people's power. I know this body understands the value of Article 5, as in 2016, the Rhode Island House of Representatives proposed a convention of states, and 59 Rhode Island state representatives voted yay on House Resolution H7670. And I'll quote from the resolution: to petition the U.S. Congress to call a convention for proposing amendments to the Constitution of the United States of America, unquote. So I'm asking you again to perform this task that you have been given the authority to do. Call an Article 5 Convention of States so we can propose an amendment to impose fiscal restraints on Congress. Please support 5385. We need to leave behind an inheritance, not a debt, to those who follow behind us.